My name is Lester Taylor, and I served for 23 years in the RCAF, Royal Canadian Air Force.
I'm Fred Hutchinson. I was a private stoneman. I was responsible for millions of dollars. It was in England at the time, so it was pounds. I was responsible for millions of pounds of real money.
I flew in mostly CF-100 aircraft and 101 fighter interceptor aircraft. I was a navigator.
I was stationed in a small town called Bicester. It's a neighbour of Oxford. I was also stationed in Portsmouth.
What I remember mostly is the people. It's every organization is much the same. The people I served with, some of which died in crashes. Most of us survived in peacetime, but they still had a lot of casualties.
I lost a lot of friends. They died, you might say, for no reason at all. Greed, stuff like that. Put other people's lives in danger. And you're just a number. You're not a person anymore. You're responsible for somebody dying. And then you've got to go to bed with that on your mind. And it's not very nice. It's an awful situation to be in. And you're not responsible for it. Other people are, or were.
Remembrance Day, I remember from a young person attending Remembrance Day. That was from the First World War. But Remembrance Day is remembering the people who we lost. For 10 years or more, I had Remembrance Days in Belgium and France. And what I most remember there is going to the cemeteries after the ceremony, and it was seeing the headstones. And these were people killed, they were far away from home. And no one from their family, or very few of them, would ever get to see their gravestones. But the Dutch people took the headstones, took the graves in their own hands. The school children were assigned a grave to look after. And on Remembrance Day and other important days in Belgium and in France and in Holland particularly, the school children would go and decorate the graves with flowers and remember them. And in some cases, families would adopt a deceased soldier or airman, as the case may be, as their own. And so seeing these people remember our people makes it more important to me.
Without them people dying, we wouldn't be talking today. You wouldn't exist. That's why Remembrance Day is very important to the younger people. The older people, well, it's past their time. But the young kids should be taught what the poppy's for. It's not just a red flower. Thousands of people died at that in the Flanders field. And it's very important that we should remember that. So try and do something to cheer the world up. You might have children of your own. Teach them the way of life, a good life. You don't need to be violent at all. You finish up getting less out of life if you do. That's the way I've always lived. Be kind to others. You might get it done to you if you're lucky.